Hey fools out there, Lee Burbage here. I work on the people team. I'm joined by Adrian Perryman, who works on our communications team. And so we're doing a little role reversal if you've watched any of our videos. And I'm going to ask Adrian a few questions. So part of Adrian's job is that she leads all of our board of directors meetings. And so I've noticed some pretty cool things that we're doing I wanted to ask you about. One thing is, some years ago when I would go to our board meetings beforehand, I would get this really big deck. And now I get it, it's really small, and I'm just curious, like, what's been the transition from this really big, heavy deck to maybe something smaller and more focused?
We really try to, when we have our board of directors here, really try to maximize the time that we have with them and to talk about the key opportunities and challenges that we're facing, rather than a report out on all the things that we did in the last quarter. We really try to focus on the expertise and the advice that they can give us in the day that we have with them. So they still get the numbers, they still get the financials, but it's a much smaller deck, and the meeting is really focused on conversation that doesn't really need a lot of slides to kind of communicate what we're trying to get from them. So.
Gotcha, but they're still getting the numbers.
Still getting the numbers, yeah.
Got it.
Exactly.
And so another change that I've noticed is in the very early days of the Fool, when the board meeting would happen, there would be kind of like Tom and Dave, and the board go behind a door and the door is shut. And it seems much more open now and a lot more access. What kind of shift have Tom and Dave taken to get us to that point?
Yeah, so we really want our board meetings to be as transparent as they possibly can. And so one thing that we try to do in every meeting now is have fools come into the meeting that aren't typically, in the boardroom, but to present some of the projects that they're working on and the cool things that the problems they're trying to solve, to get in front and center with the board and have the board get to know them and them get to know the board. So that's something we try to do every meeting. We also, just at the very last meeting, and something we have done before, is open Q&A with the board of directors. So the meeting was over, we invited everybody down to our first floor space and had our board of directors up on stage and answering questions from the audience, which was very cool. I think that one was one of the best open Q&As we've had.
There was a good debate at that one.
There was a good debate at that one. It was pretty awesome.
Okay, so the last thing I wanted to ask you about is, so now we got the board meeting, it's happening, it's in this room that's all glass, you can just walk by and see them in there, and right outside the glass is this huge wall of faces.
Yes.
Just talk to me a little about that and like what purpose does that serve?
Sure, yeah. Well, that came from Dogfish Head Brewery. We had a challenge a few years ago to go out to companies to learn about the awesome things that they're doing, and that was something that they had in their boardroom, where pictures of every fool, or not every fool, every person that worked at Dogfish Head.
They must have some name there.
Something.
Dogfish Headers.
Yeah, so all of their employee pictures were in that room because the decisions that they were making really affects those people that are working there. So that's something that we brought back. We have all 325 or so employee pictures up there, and it's just a good reminder to the board and the rest of the leadership that's in that room about, to think about the decisions that we're making, how are they affecting the people that work here every day. So
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Love it. I love where we've gone with that.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
And if you'd like to learn more, keep clicking around on the other philosophy videos.